And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gurren Otaku Council podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ace.
And I'm your host, McMillian.
And we are back for another week with episode 17. But as always, if you would like to be a council member and join us every week as we discuss all things anime and sometimes manga, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date on all things about the council. And for any new listeners and viewers out there, our weekly podcast episode consists of me and McMillian choosing 3 animes out of the current anime season, which is now winter 2022. And we're following along with each episode that comes out every week and review and discuss each episode. We also put out special episodes, which consist of movie reviews and season retrospectives and other things like that. We currently now have 5 special episodes out, so if you want to go get those to watch or listen, be my guest. And with that being said, council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right. We're back, everybody, for another week, another beautiful week. And as always, we're going to hop into some council announcements. So, our first council announcement we have here for today, the official movie trailer for the that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I was about to butcher the fuck out of that name.
Hey, you can only keep track of so many isekai names.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime, the official movie trailer has come out. I have not watched it yet, but it is out there, out in the wild, for you to go view it.
It looks like it's gonna be interesting. Follow the same. If you like the show, I think you'll like the movie based on the trailer. I'm
just interested to see what the movie is gonna be about, and also see if it's going to be canon, because that's gonna be interesting. Even if it's not canon, it still should be good, though.
Yeah, I did not look that up, actually.
It should still be good, though.
But the way slime works, even if it's not canon, I feel like it'll fit.
All right, and for our second announcement we have here, so the Dr. Stone manga has officially came to an end. Dr. Stone was another one of the new gen anime that has coming out recently. It's about our young protagonist who was a scientist. I'm just butchering everything today. Who was a scientist, and his whole world, all the humans got turned into stone. Everything went back to the Stone Age, and he's basically trying to fast forward civilization back to where it was before, modern civilization, basically. And so that's the whole plot and premise of that anime. There's currently now 2 seasons out right now, out in the wild. Season 3 has also been announced. Unfortunately, season 3 does not come out until next year in 2023, which is big sad, but at least we got the announcement. But there will be a Dr. Stone special that comes out this year, if I'm not mistaken, though. I hope I'm not getting these dates mixed up.
I think so. I think I heard that. But it'll be interesting. I do want to see, now that everything's said and done, I hope with season 3, if it's long enough, we get an answer of like what happened to the human race, because that is one thing I'm just like, I hope it's not something stupid.
Some aliens just flew by and was like, you know what, we want to turn these guys to stone.
Yeah, like I hope it's not something like that. It just be, I don't know. I want it to make sense with the show like that that's so deeply like rooted in real world science. I need some type of grounded way. Like, I know it's probably still gonna be like, there's only so much you can do sci-fi wise, I guess, that will explain it, but I just don't want it to be like some mystical randomness.
No, I feel but I mean, I just honestly don't know what it would be, though, other than something just out of the blue and crazy, like some mystical randomness type of stuff.
And that's exactly what worries me. That's exactly what worries me. But I don't know. I've been enjoying Dr. Stone, so I hope that the ending and stuff is satisfying. I haven't seen many people bash the latest.
I don't think I've seen anybody just say they just dislike Dr. Stone.
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure there's some people out there, but
yeah, no. But I'm saying, like, you know how Tokyo Revengers right now, there's a lot of discourse between like if they like where the manga's going right now and if they don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't seen that really with Dr. Stone.
Pause. Tokyo Revengers manga is still going. I thought that ended.
I think it's still going.
No, you said Tokyo Revengers. I thought you said Tokyo Ghoul. I was about to say, ain't no way. I was about to say, ain't no way that's still going.
Oh no, that's over. That's over with. It's over.
Oh man, yeah, no, I've been hearing a few things about Tokyo Revengers as well, but as I said on Twitter, until further notice, there shall be no Tokyo Revengers slander on this TL. So, we have to get to the bottom of this
eventually.
But all right. Moving on to our next announcement, and this was actually one of my favorite ones right here. So, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 2 announcement, everybody. We finally got it. We have finally got it. We knew it was coming, but it's good to finally get the announcement. I think I also saw something about that Season 2 and Season 3 was in the works, but we didn't get a Season 3 announcement. We just got a Season 2 announcement.
That would make sense since the light novel is done, and luckily for everybody here, and Ace included, I will not be reading because we have an announcement. But if we didn't get that announcement this year, within like the next couple of months, I probably would have started reading.
And see, then we just would have had to move it off the weekly episodes. You just would have ruined. You soiled it. You soiled it.
But I am glad to say that. Look, man, Mushoku Tensei was so good. I would have had to continue it. There's no way you was telling me that wasn't getting another season.
So Mushoku Tensei was one of our animes that we did in our lineup for the fall 2021 anime season. It's probably my favorite isekai, right there next to what is it? Shield Hero. Yes, thank you. Right next to Shield Hero. It is really good. Season 1 is out now, and then Season 1 is done. If you have not watched Mushoku Tensei yet, please go give it a watch. It is. I will say there's certain aspects about it that you will have to get over. However, if you can get past it, it's a good watch.
If it wasn't for those, it is my favorite isekai. But if it wasn't for those things, I feel like I could like be proud about it. Because of the issues that it does have, I'd be like,
do I want to recommend it? I could recommend this to somebody, but do I though?
No, yeah.
No, I feel you 100%. I mean, listen, I'm gonna stand 6 toes behind it. All right, maybe not 10 toes behind it. I'm gonna stand 6 toes behind it.
I can get behind that.
Oh man! And then, last but not least, our last announcement we had here for today. This is the big one right here. So, the moment we have all been waiting for: the merger between Funimation and Crunchyroll. So, for those who may not have or do not know what's going on at all, about a month or two, maybe 3 months ago, Sony bought out Crunchyroll. So Crunchyroll officially became a part of Sony. And as many of you probably don't know as well, but Sony also already owns Funimation. So when that whole announcement first got announced, everybody was just waiting for them to merge their libraries because we knew it was going to happen eventually because, you don't go and buy Crunchyroll without wanting to merge the libraries. So, but it's finally happened. The merger between Funimation and Crunchyroll is finally here. Everything that's on Funimation is going to be moved to Crunchyroll. Unfortunately, if you do have a Funimation subscription, it doesn't transfer over. You have to start a new Crunchyroll subscription, but they are giving it out free trials though. So I guess that's kind of making it feel better.
You get 2 months of a premium account. And correct. I don't know what level that is because Crunchyroll is like I think 2.
Yeah, I think they do. It's either like 2 or 3 levels.
It's like super fan and then ultimate fan or something like that.
Yeah.
But regardless, you get a 60-day free trial of either one of those 2 things.
So overall, McMillian, your thoughts on the merger?
Right quick before I get to that, I just want to say if you haven't been on Crunchyroll lately, they are already slowly starting to add their libraries. Like, I was on either today or yesterday, and I noticed the Ranking of Kings is now on Crunchyroll, which if anyone was paying attention, that's a Funimation exclusive, or it was a Funimation exclusive. They also had, I think, did I see Vivi? There was some other Funimation exclusive that was on there too, but they're slowly adding their library starting now. My thoughts on the merger all over. I think it's a good thing. Anime fans having majority of their stuff in one place. Probably not the best thing for business consumption. The more competition, the better it is for most people's wallets. But
correct.
convenience.
But also in the long run, hopefully this will cut down on some of the piracy because a lot of people issues was there's too many different places to go view anime, and that was one separate paid places as well. So now that hopefully everything is under one umbrella, it might entice more people to be like, okay, I can at least get me a subscription now because I know no matter what, everything will be on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and I don't know, but I haven't seen anything about it. But so someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they're raising the price of a Crunchyroll subscription either.
I haven't seen anything about it. Yeah. I would hope not, though, because I mean,
well, I'm just saying that's another enticing thing to be like, here you go, stop so much of piracy because then it's still only $8 a month to go ahead and get you a Crunchyroll account.
Correct.
Besides that, I think they went with the correct decision of doing Crunchyroll's library instead of Funimation's.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll has a much bigger library than Funimation. It's overall, and their UI, their app tends to work better as well. At least for me. I know. Well, it's different for everybody. But
me personally, I prefer Funimation mainly because I just like it, and then too, most of the exclusives I did watch were mostly on Funimation, other than Crunchyroll. So most of the stuff I was watching, what version?
Yeah, what version?
Mainly, I just watch it on the web or my phone. Like sometimes I would use I'll watch it on my TV. Like mainly, I'll watch One Piece on my TV every week. So because that's what I'm doing.
For me, Funimation doesn't give me much. Well, no, the web browser sometimes still be giving me issues, but the one the thing I had the least trouble on is also made by Sony, my PlayStation. So. Yeah, but Crunchyroll has given me the least problem. I feel like through all my devices, so I feel like that was a smart decision to probably go with their UI.
I know, I feel you. I mean, and then overall, at the same time, Crunchyroll has their whole Crunchyroll Awards they do every year and stuff like that, so they have more of a presence out there.
Yeah, community-wise, in general, definitely.
For community-wise. So it totally makes sense. I see why they did it, and so I'm not mad at all. But but overall, big W for anime fans and the anime community. Hopefully this will, like I said, cut down on piracy to some extent. We're not going to completely phase it out, but hopefully it'll cut down on it some. But all right, so that's the end of the council announcements, and we're just gonna slap into our first anime for today. We're gonna start with the Case Study of Vanitas, episode 20, The Incurable Disease. And I just want to preface this with that it's a lot of tension out there, everybody, and both this episode of Vanitas and Attack on Titan, but we'll get there. We'll get to there a little bit later. So, we're gonna start with what we learned / major events. Not much happened this episode at all, but we're gonna start with this first topic. Noe, as we all know, last episode he got his arm blown off, but he has it back now, or at least in the process of getting it back. We saw his arm in a sling, and we can only assume that his hand was reattached and healing properly and stuff like that. So that's one thing. I didn't know or think if vampires could reattach limbs like that, but I guess it's possible.
I was assuming. I mean, they're vampires, so it'd be kind of wild if they couldn't reattach their limbs.
But what would give them? Yes, they're vampires, but why should they be able to reattach limbs?
Abilities. They heal when they drink blood. They're fantastical.
But not one time have they mentioned in this anime that they heal when they drink somebody's blood.
I mean, this version of vampires, yes. I'm just saying, though, vampires overall are usually OP. I just feel like it'd be kind of interesting for an anime to be like, no, they're not OP.
Oh no, they're just regular humans. They just drink blood in this one.
I mean, they just drink blood. Yeah, it's like they just drink blood in this one. They got some of them got some special abilities, but they lose an arm. That's it. Like what?
Yeah, no, I feel you. All right. And then, so moving on from that, our next major event we have for this anime is just our boy Vanitas is losing his mind because he is in love with Janae.
Oh my god!
And he basically went through the first half of this episode just wondering what the hell was wrong with him. Why is he always thinking of Janae? He even went far as to say that she cursed him, and I'm just like, bro, get it together. All right, now get it together.
This episode was comedical. Vanitas was dramatic. I mean, there's always a dramatization in this anime, but my God, because the way they busted in that office within like the first couple of minutes of the episode, and Noah's like, he's dying, help him. I'm like, what the fuck happened? We survived Gabadal. What's happened? What's going on?
It was like you said, as soon as he busted through that door, I thought he was dying from like an injury that he sustained, or maybe the divine Stone was taking more over his body, something like that. I thought that's what was going on. I was like, oh snap, what's going on? You know, is he dying for real? Then here he come. Or started talking about how I miss Janae and all this and that. I can only think of her. I'm just like,
I can't eat, drink, sleep. I was like, boy, if you don't just go write you an R&B song and shut up.
I'm like, really? Okay, this was wrong with this guy. You're in love, son. You're in love. All right, you're in love. But it was even more funny that Noe didn't really know what was going on with him. Because if you remember, like earlier in the season, he even asked Vanitas, what is love? So I guess seeing Vanitas go through it, he wouldn't know what's actually wrong with him.
And they even went through. They even it was called back in this later on in the episode too when he asked him. But
it was called back. Huh?
That was. This episode was wild.
So that was funny. Moving on from there, our next major event, while Vanitas is having his breakdown of him being in love, he runs into Roland. Funny enough, he runs into Roland and Oliver. He sits down and talks to them because Oliver is basically a ladies' man. So he's asking them for advice. He did not get much advice from them other than that. Yes, you are in love, but
also I need you. They need you to realize something. If she did all this, she probably feel the same exact way. He was, and then that even took him over the edge because he was like, "Well, how she must be crazy. How could she love me?" And Roland's just sitting there like, "You poor fool."
Yeah, but the one realization that you did get out of that though, because you come to the, like Roland said, Vanitas really hates himself more than a lot of people because he mentioned, like you just mentioned, how could she love somebody like me? And it just hit you like, you know what, Vanitas, we didn't even think about it like that because we just thought you was just out here acting a fool. But then at the same time, it could be something deeper as well.
I mean, what was funny about that? He even points out, I was just toying. This was never meant to happen. I was just toying with her. I liked to see her reactions. I thought she was like cute and stuff like that. It was just interesting to see like the culmination of all this, and then for him to just be like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do," and then also she crazy for even liking me. I don't know, but I did. Another thing you got out of that though was like in this long process because Vanitas basically bore his soul to these two cashiers. You get to see like Roland actually admit like he cares about them more than just like a business type of relationship. It's very obvious that Roland wants to be Vanitas' friend in a way if he's already not.
I mean, well, that was obvious anyways, though. But
you can infer it, but like this was like the thing is like, hey man, let me help you with your woman troubles as best I can,
But all right, and so our next major event, so that ends with basically Vanitas running away, calling everybody idiots because he just can't possibly be in love. That can't be a thing. And we flash forward to Janae, who's basically going through the same thing Vanitas is going through right now, and she might have it even worse.
There is no Mike. Look, in this situation, this girl, I know we probably already watched all the episodes, but I can't get over it. She said she was going to tackle him and do things. Janae, I need you to go to the kitchen, get you some water, some H2O. Because the thirst, that was some extreme thirst.
Listen, that's how she said her mother did it.
I was like, first off, why is your mom telling you these things? How old was this? Child services? Are they vampires?
Well, they are vampires, so they live a long time. She could have, she's old enough. She's old enough to learn.
I guess to them, I don't know. I was just like, look, we need to calm this down. You better. You at a 15. We need you at an 8.
But correct. But yes, Janae is basically telling Dominique and Lucas how in love she is with Vanitas at this point. Lucas just cannot fathom what is going on
my boy,
right now.
My boy Lucas going through it. He over there like, the stars are pretty. It's a beautiful day. He trying to distract himself any way he can.
He's going through it. And so, like I said, Janae's just going through the same thing Vanitas is going through, but probably way, way much worse. And then we end this episode with probably the only real interesting thing for the day. Dominique is, I don't even know how to say this. There's some other guy here now, some little boy. Never seen him before at all. Some superhero guy.
Don't know if he's a vampire or a
we don't know who this guy is. We just know that apparently he told Dominique to bring him Noe. For what reasons, we don't know.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the episode, it shows him pulling out a blade, and you hear like a cut sound, but we don't know if he actually killed her or not.
Yeah, and the way he pulled out that blade too, he has like a metal arm, and it we saw it, but like it was very Full Metal Alchemist-esque. So I'm just wondering, like, what type of being is it? Because now that I think about it, the only other person that has something like that is Janae, and she's a brewer. So I'm like, is this another brewer? But why would the brewer be after Noe?
I don't know. Like this guy came out of nowhere. I thought this was just gonna be, our comedy episode here.
Yeah,
let's get some
we
laughs
just
this episode. We just fought for our lives last episode.
Yeah, we just went last. So we fought an eldritch demon and we healed a woman who could like break reality. Let's have fun. Everybody's horny time. Weirdly enough, now we get Dom, who is either being controlled by this person or bribed. I'm not sure.
We don't know what's going on.
Go through like this it's very odd, but I'm interested to see how this all plays out later, because as we know, Dom and Noe are very close, so correct. Whoever is harming her is about to go through some shit, because Noe is now, I will fight. I will square up.
And that was the end of that. So, I'm like McMillian said, I'm ready to see where this goes from here. I truly just thought this was just going to be our comedy episode, but then they hit us with that. It's just very Vanitas-esque. Like, of course, they just couldn't end the episode with no type of cliffhanger. Yeah.
Do you think she's dead? I'm usually of the mind, like, if it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen. But with this being a mystery show,
no.
Yeah, with this being a mystery show, I feel like they would kill someone off camera.
I'm gonna say this: I would not put it past the writers, but I don't think they're dead. But if she is dead, like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But no, I don't think she's dead though.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that simply because if it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen. But also,
unless they pull an 86 on this.
Yeah, unless they pull an 80. I mean, granted, he did get shot on camera, but like with this one, it's just the fact that the whole thing is mystery as well. Like, there's a mystery element to it. So this arc or whatever could be them trying to figure out how Dom died. Like, because they could very well find her body if he cut off her head, because that's what it looked like at the end of the episode. That's what he was trying to do. If they find her body in the alleyway, could be an investigation of trying to figure out who did it situation.
Correct.
And God help him if he did, because I can only imagine how Noah's going to react to this.
That man gonna go crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
But all right, so move on to our next section. Dislikes. So McMillian, you got any dislikes for this? So me personally, I don't think I really have anything. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything in particular. I'm just still watching Murr because I don't know. I'm just still keeping my eyes on him.
You know what's funny? Before I get to my dislike, you know what's funny? I never noticed this, but if you watch the intro, and I do watch the intro every time the intro for Vanitas slaps to me, I don't know why. Murr is on a chair in the intro. Murr's on the chair next to Vanitas instead of Noe staring at him. And I never noticed that till you said something about it. Until you were like, I'm watching Murr. I never noticed that in the intro. Now, it could be just like a small jokey type thing. But now I'm like, damn, what the fuck going? Like, what is this a hint to? Because that last episode definitely made me think of something.
I got my eyes on Murr. Like, He think he the all lovable cat. He can't do no wrong. He just here for comedic relief. No, but I got my eyes on you, Mur. I got my eyes on you.
It would not be the first time a comic relief character turned out to be something more. Everybody remembers Death from Soul Eater, right? Right?
Well,
it turned out to be that strong ass. Regardless, let me get back on topic. My dislike for this episode, very much just a nitpick. I actually enjoyed this episode a lot. Very good comedy episode. Why are we not talking about Nene?
Can we not have a moment of breather?
No,
sir?
Not if you. My thing, because I just thought Luca and John were going to talk about it. John, they were going to talk about it because Luca and his brother were like, "Oh shit, that's our mom," or I know they're related to her. I just can forget how. And they were like, all right, cool. Next episode, whatever the fuck. She out there. That's the queen. Like, if it wasn't the queen, I'd get it. It's just, that's the queen.
I feel you.
We're not going to talk about this at all.
I can't remember if Janae was actually walked in there when she was transformed. I think she did, but I just can't remember off the top of my head right now or not.
Oh, I think she came in whenever... when she was fighting John Jack in his beast form. That's when she saw it. I don't know if she's in the beginning of it, but she definitely saw him get flipped like that.
Saw him get tossed.
Him get tossed.
My boy got manhandled.
But other than that, I thought this was a good episode.
Yeah, no,
it was nice. Just I just want answers. I need you don't show me something like that and I don't get answers.
No, I feel like I said this. I expected this this episode to be pretty much what it was, and I didn't expect us to get what we got at the end at all. I thought, like I said, I just thought it was going to be our comedy.
It was
episode.
A very small flash. I don't know if it was of that character or of a vampire who got bit, because they do talk about an episode of like something going on. So I was like, okay, this is our new mystery. More people are getting attacked in Paris.
Correct.
But like, who's doing it? And what's funny enough, I don't know if they showed Dom in the beginning, but I suspected that it was something doing with her, and I get confirmation at the end, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yep. So here we go. But all right, moving on to our favorite scenes, and really only have one favorite scene from this episode, and it's when Janae is expressing her love for Vanitas to Lucas and Dominique.
I won't repeat it. That was also one of mine.
And my boy Lucas is just not having it right now at all. And to the point where he just zoned out. Like, my man is gone. Like, he just cannot believe what's going on. And that was hilarious. It was just hilarious.
That poor boy. I knew he was going to get his heart broken the moment I saw it. I saw him in the anime because I'm just like, look, whether you a vampire or not, you way too, like, kiddie. Like, I know you in love with her. But unfortunately, my friend, this is an anime and Vanitas is like the main character. It's not going to go down well for you.
My boy says it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go, my friend.
Unfortunately, my friend, I don't think you're going to get that girl. But I hope something good happens. My other favorite scene from this was basically the beginning. Mm-hmm. Vanitas, me thinking there's something majorly wrong with Vanitas. Because, like you, I was like, okay, what could it be? You know, we just got out of a cursed situation. It was pretty stressful. A lot of stuff could have happened. I didn't even think of the Blue Tear Stone thing until you said it. Like, that reminded me. But, like, I was like, okay, what the fuck going on? And then he out here talking about, I'm in love. I don't know what to do. Again, I say this. I know they don't got Luther Vandross yet. But go write you an R&B album, Vanessa. You'll be all right. That had me dead. I was dying laughing.
All he gotta do is just go dance in the rain one time.
Is that just dance in the rain? Just dance in the rain.
Oh man! So go ahead and rate this bad boy. Talk to me. What you got?
Strong 7. Very entertaining. Very much the comedic side of Case Study Of Vanitas that we've come to expect. Really funny this episode. And they got us at the end with a little teaser of what this arc is going to probably be about. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it. This is very much like a 7 episode.
Correct. I agree. Strong 7. I was basically laughing the entire episode. They
was acting a fool. All this tension.
And then at the end, like you said, we did get that little cliffhanger that should be setting up to the next arc. I don't think we're gonna like go fully into this next arc because Vanitas should be in the season 1 here relatively soon. We're already on episode 20. So
Okay.
you know how normal season ones goes, either gonna be 24 or 25.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they want to be weird and do 23. But
oh, that is true. Usually it's either like it's usually 24 is usually the standard.
Yeah, 24, 25.
And then sometimes they'll go 26 or 23. And 23 is the weirder of the
of the bunch, because it's just like, what are we doing here? 23? Like, come on now, stop playing with me. Go ahead and give me that last episode. But anyways, that's Vanitas. So, like I said, we should be ending up here soon. Hopefully we get our introduction to the next arc and they end it off well. And then hopefully we get our season 2 announcement not too far after that, because you can, like you said, you cannot be giving me all these mysteries and just leave me hanging. So
no, Vanitas is good. And if you're watching us and you aren't watching Vanitas, please rectify that.
Yep. So we're gonna move on to our next anime for today, Attack on Titan. And like I said, for Vanitas, there's a lot of tension built up here in AOT as well.
Just a different type of tension. Not the same tension.
But so starting off with what we learned / major events. So thankfully, our boy McMillian got some answers this episode, because last episode my boy was upset.
I just wanted to know the logistics, and thankfully we opened the episode with Hanj and John and Mikasa basically discussing that they're going to try and go stop Eren and how they plan on doing it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I just wanted to see it. Attack on Titan is very methodical with how it works, how it plans shit out. So just let me know.
Yeah, no, my boy was not having the last episode.
Don't get sloppy on the end of me. You know what I'm saying?
So yes, Hanj came in the the middle of the night, found Hanj and Mikasa, found out what was going on. And then told, Hanj and Mikasa as well what the situation is.
You keep saying Jean.
Thank you. Jean. Thank you, Hanj. Hanj, John, Mikasa. Anywho, moving on from there. The rest of the episode mainly takes place with everybody, our Avengers that, grouped up last episode. They're all in the woods having them a nice little bonfire. And they're all getting to know each other very, very well.
I guess that's the word for it. How do you think you would handle a situation like that?
Here's the thing, because I'm probably been on John's side, because everything started off nice and cool. Everybody going around talking about all the dirt they did and all of that. But then we get to the point where Reiner, Yelena mentions how did you ask Annie how Marco died, right? Mm-hmm. Reiner comes out. Says, Annie, she was just following my orders, all this and that. I'm the real reason why Marco died. That right there, something like that will piss me off.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It really pissed me off.
I don't blame him for how he reacted at all. That was like a long time coming.
But before even that situation with Reiner would happen, I probably would have stole it off on the Marley commander.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I was about to bring up. The audacity to be like, oh, 2000, you want to bring up history? Let's talk about 2,000 years ago. None of us were alive. None of us.
I could understand you said something like 50, 30 years ago. 2,000, my guy? First of all, we wasn't even thought of 100 years ago. 2,000 years ago? Boy, if you don't let that go. If you don't let that go.
And my thing is, he acting like they the only one, the Marlans are the people that suffer, when in reality, right now, they're sitting off better than the people on Parody. Like, the people on Parody did not know there were other people on the world. They had been disconnected. They've been living like with Stone Age technology. And in Marley, they got cars and ships and trade routes and stuff like that.
No, 100%. No, but basically to answer your question, though, I probably wouldn't have handled it well, and if anybody I would have fought, it definitely would have been the Marleyan commander.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised John kept his composure for that, because I definitely would have been like, "Boy, what the are you talking about?"
Right off the rip, because like you said, that man just started talking too reckless for me, and you just wouldn't have been having it.
Like you said, if it was 50 years ago, because that dude was alive. But 2000, you.
We not having.
What are you affected? What are you affected by? Oh, the fact that you got to be in the military. Your career choice? You putting that on me?
Not at all. But the Reiner situation would have upset me as well. But like I said, before I even got to Reiner, I would have had an issue with the Marlin commander. We might not even got to the Reiner situation.
And no one would have blamed you.
Oh, man. But through this bonfire that we're having, one big revelation that we did get out of this whole thing is that Yelena was a Marlian the entire time. The entire time.
I did not see that coming. Did you?
No, I did not. But my question is, she's a Marlian, but besides, like she mentioned how she basically wanted to, I guess, quote unquote, save the world. But besides that little ambition that you had, what truly made her decide to betray Marley?
I mean, it's not. I mean, I feel like if you wouldn't even like cite regular history, there have always been people that don't like from the places that they're in. Mm-hmm. That don't like the way certain people treat other people. I mean, like for instance, with America, there were the Quaker family. They weren't black, but they were also like white Anglo-Saxons that saw the mistreatment of African Americans in the slave trade, and they were like, we're gonna help the Underground Railroad. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's always people that can recognize bullshit when they see it. It's just interesting that she totally like, I'm not a part of any of this, because she could have kept her. She could have been like, oh yeah, I'm straight up on my land, but I see the bullshit. Exactly. Yeah. Like, but it's so interesting that she was just like, nah, I'm none of that. Like, I don't want to be. And I get it. They're terrible people by any means. I can see why she wouldn't want it, but I just feel like you could do, you can do just as much good by being like, I'm a reformed, Marlene. Like, I don't rock with what they're doing.
Okay.
And that could have helped, and that in a way could have probably helped. I feel like there are some people in Parody that already realize not all Marlens are the same, like Sasha's family. Yeah. But like it could have helped. That could have in itself helped. I don't know. Could have helped probably people see that they could have worked with Marlens differently. But I'm not. That would have been an interesting dynamic if that had happened.
Yeah. No, 100%. So, the one last major thing we did learn from this bonfire though is, so everybody was asking around, to asking Yelena about what Aaron's plan was, because she was basically the main one who taught about Aaron everything about the outside world, and so they was asking her, like, what is Aaron's plan? Where is he going? Where's his first destination that he's going to attack? Yelena, either she doesn't know and she just really doesn't know, or she knows and she's just not going to tell them. She claims she doesn't know, but that has yet to be decided or not.
I think she might have an idea, considering the fact that, like, it seemed like immediately after they asked her that, she started doing the adding to the tension stuff.
Yeah.
Where she was just like, oh yeah, no, I asked Annie how she, did this, and then Annie and Mikasa almost had a scuffle, and then it led to She was just went from there. Deflect. It just felt like a deflection. So,
but they also learned that there's a port where apparently there's supposed to be a blimp waiting for them to use, so they can actually go, use it and go find Aaron. But unfortunately, our boy Floch is not having it, and he has taken over the port, as well as he has one of the representatives from the other nations held hostage.
He has Kiyomi Azumabito held hostage. The lady that basically, the first lady that they actually worked with from the outside world.
Correct.
This is an interesting situation, but also fuck Floch.
Oh no, it's always.
I mean, they took a train, I guess, to get there behind, which
I didn't even know they had trains in this world.
Well, remember, it was in the flashback. Aaron, Mikasa, and all them were working on the railroad. That was like one of the first things they established.
Well, yeah, they was working on the railroad, but they mentioned how
it was done.
They had a train. Like, it's one thing to be working on the railroad, and then to say, yeah, we built this train as well.
Oh, I thought they did. Well, I could have sworn
if they did, I just don't remember at all.
Because I could have sworn in the flashback they rolled back after they were done with it. They rolled back on it, or maybe that was a cart. I don't remember. Regardless, trains exist. That's how they got it. My question is, I'm wondering if the guy whoever that person was who saw them leave, snitched on them, or did Floch just automatically
saw them? But
no, remember it was that one dude.
Oh no, I know what you meant. Yeah, when they was leaving the main city, I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question.
Or was Floch just like,
was he just on it?
I think they're gonna try and escape. So I'm gonna go here. So fuck Floch, everybody.
I mean, Floch could be ahead of the game. You know, who knows? He could be ahead of the game. Ain't no telling with this man. But that's pretty much all the major events and what we learned for the day. Just a lot of tension. Everybody trying to get to know each other, because if they're gonna work together, they have to have some level of trust. Even went to the point where Annie asked the group, if we have to kill Eren, could you guys do it? Of course, nobody answered because they can't do it. Their one thing is they're going to try and talk Eren down. Yeah. But, if that doesn't work, then we have to find other ulterior motives. And she mentioned that if us Marlins do try to kill Eren, that y'all would do nothing but just try and protect him, and we'll just end up fighting each other. So.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the end of like the whole tension scene and everything, we did get like some amicable peace between everybody. Where like even a funny scene where John's at the cart and he's like, "I apologize to you, fuck you." I don't even know what to say. And he was like, "I don't even basically know what to say to you."
Yeah, but so they're gonna have to have some level of trust, even if it be a small level. If they're gonna work together to save the world, they gotta trust each other to some type of extent.
Yeah, this is a very interesting Avengers team we have right now.
But all right, we're going to go ahead and move on to dislikes. And for me personally, I don't think I had a dislike for this episode either. I feel like I think they did a good job this episode.
Oh, yeah, no. I thought this was actually a really well done episode. The only thing I had for number 2, it's not even a dislike, it's just fuck Floch.
It's always fuck Floch.
Fuck Floch.
Like
besides fuck Gabby, fuck Floch.
Listen, somebody needs to put a stop to this man.
I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get it next episode.
I don't know when Floch became important. I don't know if it was this season. I don't know if it was last season. It might have been this season. I don't even know I can't even remember Floch having any type of relevancy before this season at all.
Slight. He was like, "I'm Jaegerist now. I'm gonna lock you guys up." But
yes, that was this season though. I'm talking about like season 1 through 3.
Oh, well, I mean, he was the only person that survived the assault on the Beast Titan originally. The rocks. He was the one soldier that survived.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the one soldier that survived.
Out of all the people to survive, this motherfucker survived.
Exactly. Fuck Floch.
I didn't know that. And now I'm upset. You just upset me for the night. Upset me for the night.
I'm sorry. I had to speak fast.
I could have went the rest of my life without knowing that this man was the sole survivor of the Beast attack. Minus Levi, but technically he was more attacking than getting attacked.
Yeah, I was about to say, he was the reason that charge happened in the first place, because it was supposed to be a diversion. Yeah, fuck Floch.
But definitely. So, from my understanding, it seems like we have 3 or 4 episodes left. So it's going to be interesting to see how they ended off here. From what
that last episode, I think I heard that last episode was supposed to be like an hour long. So
okay, from where I'm at right now, from where the current I guess you would say the quote unquote ending is, I'm having no problems the way in the direction that they're heading. I guess we're just gonna have to see how it truly ends to see if the manga readers were correct or not. But I enjoyed this episode.
I just know one thing before it all ends. We got to see Falco's Titan at some point.
I feel you. Well, all right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to favorite scenes. And I really only have one favorite scene. So immediately after John attacks Reiner, start punching him in the face and everything, and he gets up and he walks away. And everybody's just like, "John, where you going?" And Hans turns to him. He's just like, "John, what about your seconds?"
Oh my God. I forgot to put that down, but yes.
And I'm just like, thank you, Hans, because that man did ask for seconds. You can always count on Hans for some comedic relief. You can always count.
Definitely. Speaks the most facts and is the most fools.
Yes, Hans is a fool. Hans is
perfect.
Listen, a 100% fool is Hans. If you look in the dictionary and look up fool, it shows a picture of Hans. She is a mess. But what did you have? If you had any.
For mine, I had the confrontation with Rainer, I really liked how that all just kind of like built over. Because like he was at first, John was just like, "Look, I know these facts. Let's stop talking about it." And Rainer was just like, "No, man, I gotta let you know how much of a piece of shit I am." And apologize, and it just like boiled over because it could have just been dead. It could have just been dead, but Reiner. And one, it shows you just how guilty Reiner feels. I mean, like that was kind of how he's been this whole season, but it's just like something that is constantly persistent. And I like how they're making sure to illustrate to you that Reiner is legit, like besides himself with this distraught. Like even though he pushed him through it, the man is depressed.
Yeah, he's been depressed for a hot second.
The other one was the scouts coming to terms with what they had to do, like with the whole we had to team up with the Marlans, and that we might possibly have to kill our friend. I thought that was like a good scene because it was just like for the long. I think they got caught up so much in like the thing of oh damn the rumbling's actually happening and Eren is doing it to save us.
Yeah,
but now they're like. Well, shit, we know genocide is bad. We got to stop him. But is there any way we can stop him without this becoming violent?
Yeah.
Then if we do stop him without it becoming violent, where do we
go from here?
Where do we go from here? Because the world's not going to let that shit slide.
Yeah. And that was one of John's big reason when Hans first came to, them and explaining, like, this is our plan. This is what we're going to do. But, John was like, well, okay, even if we do end up stopping Eren, what are we going to do after that? People are still going to come and attack us one day. And Hans was like, well, yeah, this will buy us a few years. But in my mind, I'm like, Jean, okay, yes, it might buy us a few years, but I'm thinking we need something long term and not short term. You feel me? Like,
yeah. I mean,
but you will only hope that even if, because I'm pretty sure the Titans are going to destroy something. I'm pretty sure they're going to destroy something.
Yeah. They're at least going to make landfall somewhere.
Yeah, and for whatever they do destroy you at least hope that will be enough of a threat to let the rest of the world know if you come fuck with us, we're gonna come back again, but this time we're gonna finish it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I could only hope, but who knows? I
mean, it's like John said, it sucks that we got to do it, but shit, it's the best. It's that if we don't, they're not just gonna let us live after this.
But then the only thing. Another thing I did like about that scene as well, because it also got you thinking as well. Damn, is genocide our best choice right now? Actually, for a long-term plan,
which is wild to even like consider. Like, which is why I love where damn, we talk about the beginning of the episode now too, but like that's another. I guess that's a favorite scene right there. But I loved how Jasher was like, "We're not going to sit here and try to justify genocide. We're not doing that." Like, she was just like, we cannot."
And I feel her in that, but be that as it may, we do have to talk about the long term goals of this Hans. Yes, I agree with you. Genocide bad, but at the same time, what are we gonna do after this? Like real talk. What are we gonna do after this? We are still not going to be safe after this. So what is our plan here?
I look forward to the answer to this thing because I definitely don't know how it's gonna shake up right now.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, moving on from there, I'm going to go ahead and rate this bad boy. So go ahead and hit me with it. What you got?
So I gave it an 8. I gave this one an 8 simply because I felt like it was it was more than just above average because normally with Attack on Titan we get like the problem is usually the Titans or like the Marlans or something else, and I felt like in this one it almost felt like everything was against kind of the protagonist, even themselves almost to a point, because you get Annie throwing the fact that like, shit, we might have to kill your friend. Are y'all ready to do that? And then we get like the fact that like none of us can really truly fully work together. It does. So how successful are we really going to be? And then all the while, every moment we spend here talking, every moment we spend here arguing, traveling, he's getting closer.
The Titans is not stopping. They're still moving.
So it's just like it just felt like this was like a really good episode for like for the characters to realize the type of situation they're in, but also like for us as viewers to be like, "Yo, how fucked are we right now?" Yeah. Like with this situation is bad from all sides.
Yeah, no, I agree. I pretty much this was if they did not get to arguing with each other, I would kind of find that kind of weird, especially since they're all enemies. And like I said, just out all the background and we have with everybody and stuff like that. I just would have found it very weird that we would have not gotten into some sort of argument. Now, what I do find weird is that nobody did punch the shit out of the Marleyan commander. But, Hans was trying to keep the peace the best she could. Couldn't keep it for long, but thankfully ended on a good note at the end of the day. And we came to, like you said, some sort of realization that we have to work together. If we do not work together, the world is done. Like this group right here, be that as it may, even though we hate each other, we are the best chance of the world surviving right now. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to put our differences aside. And it was good that they actually sat there and hashed everything out right then and there instead of getting into the heat of battle and then just
it all falling apart.
Yeah, and it all falls apart. So right now they are humanity's last line of defense, and I said it once, but I'm gonna say it again. They have to have some type of extent of trust. Even if it's very, very, very small, it's gonna have to be there somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna have to carry them somehow.
Yeah. But all right, so we're nearing the end of Attack on Titan, everybody. Definitely gonna be interesting to see how this one ends. Like I mentioned before, I'm still not seeing it yet about what the manga readers have been complaining about. But as of right now, I'm still enjoying the hell out of myself, and I can't wait to see how this ends.
Same.
So, will be that said, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up, McMillian?
This past weekend I did a collaboration with our old friends at the Blurred Mile podcast. So on the review of the newest Batman movie. So if you're interested in that, go check them out there. Show them some love and support.
See. Because
they also have a pretty good, they also have a good podcast and nice platform, and they were gracious enough to invite your boy.
See. All right. Well, like he said, definitely go check them out. They are doing wonderful things over there on their podcast, so definitely go give them a check. Mm-hmm. With that being said, McMillian, go ahead and take us on out of here.
All right, guys. As always, appreciate you guys for watching. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment, like, and subscribe, especially if you want to tell us something else you might have noticed in the episode, or maybe we got something wrong, or anything like that. Just let us know. We have a conversation. If you liked everything, go ahead and share it with your friends. Let them know all about us. For my audio-only listeners, thank you guys for listening. Please consider following us on whatever audio streaming service you're using, as well as rating it and sharing. And as always, guys, I hope you guys' week or weekend is going good. This is the Gurren Otaku Council saying meeting adjourned. Peace.
Fuck Flosh.